everyone, this is Living Beautifully ×3, and today I'm going to be talking about clothes that people buy from Yesstyle and why they are talking about it, and generally about clothes that you buy in Asia. And I'm sorry for the small sun that's behind me. I'm filming at night and I can't get very good lighting, so I kind of need it, so sorry about that. And I will also be looking at my computer for my notes because I have so many notes that I can't remember all them on my head, so I'll be glancing back and forth, so I'm sorry if that's a distracting factor, okay? So I recently saw some pictures about people talking about Yesstyle and then showing pictures of what they bought on Yesstyle and saying, oh, you shouldn't buy from Yesstyle, like the clothes don't look good on you and blah blah blah. And I took a look at these pictures and I was like, I don't think their reasons were very logical, and I kind of don't think that they were right, and I think they just didn't make very good choices. Here are some of the pictures that I saw. They're also on my blog, which I will put in the description bar below if you want to read over the entire post about this video or look at the pictures. So first of all, I'd like to say, this is my personal opinion. This is what I think. So I'm not telling anyone that this is the right way or they should do this. This is just kind of me speaking my mind about how I feel about when people talk about like you should not buy clothes on Yesstyle or other Asian things. Because I just don't think that's very fair. So when you buy clothes online, you have to know your body type really well. And I'm not just saying size measurements of I don't know how long this is or like how long my arm is. You really need to know your body proportions. You really need to know how defined you are. You need to know your muscle mass. You need to know your fat ratio and that sort of thing. Because all of this actually will come into play when you buy clothes and you put on clothes. Not everyone can wear everything. Everyone has a different body type. And so it will work well or not so well when you put on certain clothes. So if you kind of look at the pictures that I showed you before, or if you go to my blog and look at them, why does the mannequin look so good and how come the people don't look so great? Well, one of the things is because the mannequin has an upside down trapezoid, like chest, torso, and those people don't. And the mannequin is kind of buff and defined, and generally those people are not so defined. Basically what I'm saying is that their body shape does not really match the body shape of the mannequin. You can't really expect yourself to look just as good as someone on the mannequin if you have a body shape or body type that's not exactly close to it. It just won't fit very well on you as it does on the mannequin. A very common and popular thing in Asia is that people sell and buy clothes in sets. And when I mean sets, it's just not like you go to a store in the US and you just not buy just a shirt that's hanging on the rack. There's a top, there's a jacket, there is pants or a skirt, there are accessories. Like, clothing sellers know how to put clothes together very well. So it looks really nice. The whole presentation is very tasteful and very pretty. And so when you buy an item of clothing, like a jacket or a pair of pants, you should be careful on like what to match it with. Because if you saw what I showed you in the pictures earlier, look at the mannequin carefully and look at the undershirt or the pants or the belt that was paired with the jacket, and look at how those people paired that jacket with their other clothes. They didn't really get it right. That's also probably another reason why it doesn't look as good, because it's really important to match your clothes together. Unless you're like one of those huge freaking models out there who somehow looks good in everything, it's probably not going to really work on you because it doesn't fit well with other clothes. It doesn't complement the other clothes as well as it does with the mannequin that's fit together with all those other clothes and accessories. Another thing about clothes is that the way the clothes is worn on the mannequin displays how it looks best. So for the picture that I showed you earlier, most of the clothes that the guys bought were jackets, and you could see that the jackets on the mannequins, sometimes it was not zipped, it was just alone, open like that. Other times it was buttoned up halfway. That's that portrays like the best part of that item, the best part of the item of clothing. If you are going to zip it up all the way or button it up all the way, it's going to look different. Why? Because that's probably not the way it looks best when worn. So think about also the Asian market, the Asian clothing sellers, and the Asian clothing makers. What kind of consumers do they market to? Yeah, they may sell internationally, which means anyone can buy it, but the majority of their customers and consumers are Asian people, and which will generally fit the Asian person body type. So what is the general Asian person body type? For a girl, she's usually very skinny, very slim. She doesn't really have much definition or I don't know. She doesn't have this V shorter shape. She's kind of straight. Even though she's very slender, she doesn't have much boobs or nice butt or whatever. Kind of like that. And the guy is also pretty similar. He doesn't have much muscle mass. He's usually very slender as well. Not a lot of definition. Okay, I'm not being racist or anything. This is generally how most Asian people are. And clothing sellers and marketers will cater to that type of people. Because because people who have that very straight and slim body type will buy clothes that give them more a defined feature, give them more of a figure. For girls especially, their skirts, for example, are really ruffly and have many layers, and which will make their hips look wider. Or guys will have a jacket that has lots of buttons and lots of zippers and tapers down, so it makes their shoulders look broader and their waist slimmer. And so that's the kind of thing that they're going for. So again, this is also sort of about the body image, body type thing. You have to think about, do I have the body type similar to an Asian person that if I wear this clothes, will it make me look better? If you are a sort of bigger body type of person, then that jacket, for example, that's supposed to make a guy more bigger and defined might make you look too big or defined. It just won't work very well. Okay, so the last problem is, of course, advertising. Pictures, mannequins, models, they all have great lighting, great photography. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they do Photoshop and they touch up, make everything look really pretty and shiny and whatever. They're standing still, models and mannequins, and they're standing at their best angles. Which means even if you do all those things that I told you earlier, even if you have a similar body type, just kind of be realistic and don't expect you to look 100% like the mannequin. You'll probably still look pretty good, but just don't think that you're an exact replica. It's gonna look different in the daytime when you walk around, etc. Here are some tips, hopefully, to help you when buying clothes in Asia or Yesstyle, or even clothes in general online in the US or in Europe. Number one, be really wary, be really cautious about shopping online just in general. Sometimes when you see clothes that looks nice and maybe it matches your measurements, maybe for some reason it just doesn't work. It happens. And sometimes you also don't even know the material of the clothes. And I will say kind of most of the materials of clothes in Asia are not very high quality. So it might be thinner or thicker or not feel as soft to you as it looks like on the picture. So just keep that in mind. A good way is to just maybe go on a website and buy maybe one or two reasonably priced items, and when you get them, if they weren't how you thought it were, then it's good you didn't waste a lot of money and you can just go try something else. So again, know your body really well, especially your torso to leg ratio, because sometimes when you wear certain clothes, it can make you look shorter and fatter than you really are, and that's just not desirable by anyone. Or something that you can do is you can just go to a fitting room and you can just try on lots of clothes and see what clothes like make you look better or show like your best features. What you can also do is you can take lots of pictures of yourselves wearing certain clothes. And this is good because you not only can save these pictures and look at them afterwards, but you can also show them to your friends and ask your friends for help, because your friends will sometimes see things that you usually do not see. Also, looking at them at a later time can let you kind of think about like what you're wearing, and maybe like you will see something that doesn't look very nice to you, or like maybe you do see something that you're like, oh, I look better than I thought, you know, so you never know. Okay, so what if you still want to wear clothes from Yesstyle or clothes from Asia? Well, there are kind of two things that you can do. The first thing you can do is change your body. And I'm not saying like plastic surgery or anything really intense like that. I'm saying go on a healthy, low-calorie, carb diet and work out. Probably you have heard this a lot, but it can really make a difference on your figure and how you look, especially like when the clothes are on you. Just remember that if you want a more drastic change, just remember that 80% of your body type, your muscle, and the amount of fat you have comes from your genetics. 80% of that comes from your genetics, which means you have to use that 20% of your effort to fight against that 80% of genetics. And it is hard. I will tell you right now, it is very difficult to do it. But really, if you really want it, that should not stop you, because I have seen people and I know people who have a body that's very difficult to gain muscle mass or kind of difficult to lose weight because of their genetics, and they really worked their butts off. Like, they worked really hard, and today they look amazing, like freaking awesome, and they said they have never felt better in their lives. And it really just takes that extra step forward of really wanting to do it, and if you put in work every day, I guarantee that you will see a difference, and you will be able to wear clothes that will fit your body much better and look much more attractive. Another thing that you can do is, if you bought that jacket or that skirt from Yesstyle or some online place, and if you want it to make you look better, even if you don't have the body proportions or you don't look like the mannequins and models, what you can do is you can try fitting it with different clothes to balance things out or make you look better or make it work out. For example, I have a very long torso, but my leg to torso ratio, like my legs are kind of short. So what I really like to wear are heels. Heels make me make my legs look longer and totally like make my body proportion perfect, at least to me. And I look really good in it. So play around with clothes, or wear heels, or try matching with different shoes, or like different like cuts of like the neckline, like experiments, and maybe you'll probably find something that works with the clothes that you bought. It's probably also easier to go to a store and try on clothes, because that's how you know how it looks on you three-dimensionally, and that's how you know if you feel comfortable in it and if the size matches and whatnot. But if you really want to buy clothes online, try going online that have human models instead of mannequins. I know that there will be some websites that have like really pretty models and really skinny, and like their proportions are really nice, but there are also a lot of other websites that have actually normal people like modeling, and that's where you can see a more realistic definition of what it would look like on you. So that's pretty much it for today. I will say that fashion is not an easy thing. It does take a lot of practice and kind of a bit of experience in the beginning, but once you get the hang of it, you will definitely be able to know like what is right for you, what works for you the best. And it just takes some time and just like putting a little bit of time and effort to just go to the store and try on things and whatnot, and I'm pretty sure you'll find whatever is right for you. So that's pretty much the end of this video slash talk. I hope this has helped some of you when buying clothes online and looking at clothes in Asia, and I will talk to you later. So, bye!